Whether I'm racing or I'm surfing, I'm always wearing power balance. Gives me the edge psychologically, gives me the edge physically. I'm Ekolu Kalama from the island of Molokai. I'm the world's first professional stand-up paddleboarder. So I'm the current two-time world champion in the flat water races, and also hold the world record for rough water, Molokai to Oahu. I definitely feel a little more centered, and for my sport, being centered and balanced is like the most important thing. The first time I was exposed to power balance, I went on a surf trip with my cousin Ekolu Kalama down at Puerto Escondido in Mexico. And my wife borrowed one of Ekolu's boards, and on Ekolu's board there were the power balance stickers. And so we were asking him, like, what are these stickers for? You know, and he was saying that it improves your balance and your surfing. And so my wife tried his board, and she had the most amazing session of her life. It seemed like she was glued to the board, and from there on, she was a believer, I was a believer. Anybody in the racing world knows that the Molokai to Oahu is the Super Bowl of racing. And to win that is the pinnacle of the sport. I did 32 miles in 5 hours and 2 minutes. You get out there in the water and you're connecting the dots. You're surfing ocean swell, and that swell's taking to the next swell. So it's really interactive, and you're staying busy. Your mind is always firing. Your body's, getting fatigued. So you got to constantly listening to your body. For the wave riding aspect, power balance, that just gives me the confidence to stay on my feet, And with the paddle, it's like a third leg. So it's like a kickstand on a motorcycle, It's another tool to keep you on your feet. So I think paddle surfing and power balance is perfect, made for each other. They go hand in hand. So I got this funny story to tell about my mom when I introduced power balance to her. And she's a big skeptic and a religious lady, so she thought that this hologram was like some voodoo or black magic or someone prayed over it. So I'm like, Mom, whatever, just try it. And my mom suffers from really bad vertigo. So she's got to have this inner ear problem. So anytime she goes in an airplane at high altitude, her vertigo, starts to kick in again. So she had just come back from a trip, and we're back home on Molokai, and she's in the yard working, and she's like, I got these dizzy spells. I'm like, Mom, try the power balance. Put on the bracelet. So she puts on the bracelet, goes back in the yard, and powers it out for another hour. She comes out, she's like, I feel great, And I'm like, see, it does work, it does. It's not voodoo, Mom. It's for real. So she took it off, washed it, and jumped in the shower to clean herself off. She came out of the shower and had vertigo, had her dizzy spells again. She's like, I feel like crap. I'm like, Mom, put the bracelet back on. So she put the bracelet back on, and then she was fine. My kids, they love power balance. My mom loves power balance. So I know it affects, people from all ages. Whether you're 8 or you're 80, power balance has a positive effect on your life. I'm definitely a believer, and I back it 100%.